Hey everyone. Tonight I wanted to start a segment called Symptom Spotlights. There are so many symptoms in this journey that it can be really hard to keep track, and oftentimes, if it can, I don't know, at least for me, it can feel like trying to tackle one makes 10 others worse, you know? Um, so I wanted to make videos spotlighting specific symptoms, especially the ones that are like the most prevalent and predominant for me. And yeah, I hope that it helps. I'm going to share any kind of tips or tricks that I've learned about each one to help, and also just share my personal experience of them. So tonight's symptom spotlight is going to be about chemical terror. This is a big one for me. This is how I live most of my life over the past 3 years. And chemical terror, I think it's the same thing that people refer to as internal akathisia. Um, and that's what it feels like. It feels like akathisia, but not necessarily with the movement aspect. It feels like the terror aspect of akathisia. Um, I have had this pretty much every day of this journey, almost every day of this journey to varying degrees. Weirdly enough, the only times that it gets any better are when I'm really, really sick or underslept, and that leads me to think it's something autoimmune. Um, but chemical terror, for me, it I have like the epicenter of it physically where I feel it the most is here, like under my sternum, kind of in my solar plexus area. Um, it's a hard pain to describe. I don't really have the words for it ever. So if you experience that too, like the terror that centers right here, comment. Let me know how you would describe it. I'm curious because I always lack the words. Because it's not really like a sore pain or a dull pain or anything specific. It's like a physical manifestation of overwhelming fear. I don't know how else to say it, and it hurts right here. Um, I often still wake up in it, and on a day like today, it lasts all day until the evening. And on the evenings that it peters out, I make videos. And it's not quite as intense right now, but it's been really bad all day. Um, it also branches off for me into a lot of other symptoms. It turns into DPDR, depersonalization, derealization. It turns into that electrocution feeling that I get through my neck and shoulders. Um, a couple others, but yeah, it branches off into lots of other different symptoms. The things that I have found the most effective for this specifically are number one, well, tied for first place are going to be distraction and being around other people, specifically people that I trust or feel close to. Um, and that's hard. Both of those can be hard to accomplish on a lot of days. So I relate if that's a challenge you're facing. Because like being around other people is by far the best thing for me. Being around my close friends or my family makes me feel the safest. Calms my nervous system down. It's weird. It's hard to describe. But yeah, I highly encourage being vulnerable and open and honest if you haven't been already with at least a few people in your life that you're the closest to, because if you can do that and be around them and be authentic in how you're feeling, um, it's I heard somebody describe it once as like it's like you're borrowing the nervous system of somebody else because yours is having such a hard time regulating. Um, and that is what it feels like. It's hard to describe, but our nervous systems, we take so many subconscious cues from other people that if you're around somebody that you trust, and you're picking up on so many levels on them being safe and displaying as feeling safe, you start to mimic it within yourself. So yeah, being around other people is huge, and distraction. I want to say, for anybody feeling like this, I struggle with a lot of like shame and like beating myself up about needing to constantly distract myself. Um, and I just want to kind of destigmatize that for you guys here. If that's the boat you're in, try to let that go, or um, try to let that go. I know it can be hard, but like, I don't know. It's so over the top sometimes that you have to do whatever it takes. And if that's watching TV or movies or playing video games or whatever it is that distracts you, if it distracts you from the pain of it, do it, and don't apologize for it. Um, do what you got to do. This is unimaginable what this injury puts us through. So yeah, I do a lot of different types of distraction for myself. Um, I do play a lot of video games and watch a lot of TV when it's just too bad to do anything else. I like to go for walks too. That's been really helpful. I like to feed the squirrels on my walks. um, but yeah, just distraction any way you can. And that's the name of the game for me on many of these days. Distract, 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 and let the time pass and heal, you know. Other things that I found really helpful, cold therapy. I think I described this in my Akathisia video. Um, Getting in an ice cold shower. Ice packs, especially for like if I wake up with it. An ice pack right here is really helpful sometimes. Um, Unfortunately, I haven't really found supplements all that helpful for this one. And I found that a lot of like sedating supplements have actually made it worse. Um, but yeah, so much love to all of you. I hope this helps at least a little bit. And yeah, let me know in the comments your experience of this symptom, anything you found that helps. And so much love to all of you. Good night.